Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. If you are watching this on the recording, feel free to skip ahead about a minute or so to get to the content. Let me make sure my technology is working because that's always fun. Hope you're having a fantastic day to get going. Hey, Miss Erica. All right. I got to make sure my technology is working. And then we will get down with the get down. All right. All right. Hello. Good morning, Miss Sonia. Good morning, Tamisha. Okay, I can't do that from here. Give me a hot second, and then I'm going to invite some people to this, and then I'm going to get going because I just got to get my baby in the pool this morning. Oh, man. All right. All right. One more invite, and then I'm going to get going. Okay. All right. Good morning. Welcome to my show. My name is Lysandra Everett, and I am the Home Biz Tax Lady. I help home business owners win the tax game by keeping more of the money that you make and paying less to Uncle Sam. Erica, you can share this in groups where this would be relevant. Home business owners, really, this is one of those things where folks say, it's for anybody that's paying taxes. This is for you. So, okay, it looks like I got some kind of funky troll on my live, so I got to delete that. I can't have no mess on my live because I give too good of information for folks to be trolling my stuff. Okay, so let's talk about tax shelters. What are tax shelters? And the reason is, let me go back to the reason why I'm here. There's always a reason why I'm here, right? Okay, so here's the thing. Taxes is the biggest expense you will pay throughout your lifetime. When you think about it, from the time you start working, most people start working from the time they get their first job when they're 16, most people, right? So from the time that you're 16 years old until whenever, right? Until you die, you're paying taxes, okay? So when you're working, you're holding maybe 28 to 30% of your taxes is being taken out of your check. You may or may not get a refund depending on what your tax bracket is. But your taxes go on from the time that you start working until the time that you die. And even after you die, if you leave something to your heirs, your estate gets taxed when it gets delivered to your heirs. So yes, taxes is the biggest expense that you will pay. Now, there are ways to avoid taxes. Now, there is tax avoidance, which is legal, and tax evasion, which is not. Tax evasion is when you owe taxes and you don't pay them, or you underreport your income and you don't pay taxes on that. I just read an article where somebody's going to jail for underreporting some income. Okay, so tax avoidance is. This is what we're talking about is tax avoidance. Tax avoidance is legal, and this is what we're talking about, tax shelters. Now, usually when somebody hears the term tax shelter, it has a nasty connotation. And the reason it has a nasty connotation is because it's seen as one of those things that only the rich people can do. But the truth is that Tax shelters are available to us all. We just have to know about them, okay? Because see, suddenly when you start knowing how you can use vehicles to save money on your taxes, then suddenly those same things that had that bad connotation beforehand suddenly get kind of sexy. And so that's why I want to talk about tax shelters today, to let you know that tax shelters are not a bad thing, okay? So a tax shelter is defined as any legal, okay? Any legal strategy you employ to reduce the amount of income taxes that you owe. So a legal tax shelter would be a retirement plan where you pay money into your 401k, and that's tax deferred. And there are other tax avenues where you might pay your pay after taxes, but the tax savings overall is going to be way bigger than if you received your initial tax savings. Okay, so tax shelters are totally legal and totally fabulous. Okay, so claiming a deduction. Okay, so for my home business owners, where we're talking about writing off things for our businesses, where we're claiming certain deductions on our income, those are tax shelters. Okay, that's what a tax shelter is. So it is, and let me give you this example. I read this and it was so great. Okay, so it's perfectly legal and reasonable to pay college tuition expenses with a student loan rather than a credit card for no reason other than to take advantage of the student loan interest deduction. Now, I am not up here, let me say this clearly, I am not up here championing student loans, but the difference is that you can take a student loan interest deduction. You can't take a credit card interest deduction, okay? So that's the difference between the two. All right. So you might make, charitable donations for solely because you just don't want to pay income tax on the money. Okay. That is a type of tax shelter. So a tax shelter is any legal way you reduce the amount of income that you pay. When you deduct your home interest, the interest you pay on your home loan, okay, that's a tax shelter. So tax deductions are a form of tax shelter. There are tax advantage investments that you can participate in that's going to reduce your income tax up front or reduce the tax on your earnings at the end. So let's take a 401k, for instance. You can contribute to your 401k, right? That's going to reduce the amount of income tax you owe. But there's a but. Okay, so if you take money out of your 401k before you are 59 and a half, you're going to pay a 10% penalty, right? Or at 70 and a half, you have to take a distribution. Okay, that's the law. So what happens is when you start taking those distributions, you got to pay taxes on the money, and you're not just paying taxes on the principal that you contributed to the 401k. You are also paying taxes on the earnings in your 401k. Okay, so that is, so even though you defer taxes, till later, it could turn around to bite you. Let's be honest, because two things can happen. One, your 401k can lose value. How many people remember when the whole real estate thing happened and the stock market and all of that, and people saw their 401ks go from way up here to, woo, where is my money? Okay, right? And so, some people that were retiring at that time were hurting because not only were they paying taxes, their 401k lost value at the time they had to take distribution. That gets ugly. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. There's different tax shelters for every person. You have to find a thing that's right for you, but just giving you an example. So what you need to do is that you need to consult with investment people. I'm a tax chick. I don't know all of the investment vehicles. Okay. I know some, I don't know them all, but that's what investment people do. Okay. Investment people know where you can put your money, whether it's tax deferred, tax free, tax whatever, right? But what you want to look at is if you're looking at your tax liability, it's I forgot what line it is on the 1040, but if you look on your tax return, it says the amount of tax you owe. If you're looking at that number and going, we must do something. This is when you need to really look at how you are going to shelter your cash. Here's another tax shelter, a health savings account. Okay. I didn't even learn about health savings accounts until I became a tax professional. And what a health savings account is that you get to put your money in a health savings account. It's meant to offset your health care, right? Your health care premiums. But with the health savings account, you put your money away tax free, right? And then you get to pay for your medical costs with this health, the qualified medical costs. There's always rules for everything, y'all. I'm just giving you the idea. You need to go do your research, okay? Because I don't sell health savings accounts. But the point is that you can put money in your health savings account tax-free. And when you have a qualified medical expense, you pay your medical expense with tax-free money. Okay, that is a legal tax shelter. Instead of paying for medical expenses after taxes are taken out of your money, you get to pay for your medical expenses before the taxes are taken out your money. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about in learning about various tax shelters that are available to you. And see, listen, again, it's because we don't know. It's not that it's the trick of the rich. It's just that they know stuff that the common American does not. And that's why I'm here to let you know. Okay. So what is your homework? Okay. Your homework one is to go look at your tax bill and saying, okay, how much do I actually owe in taxes? Look over your copay, prescriptions, all your health savings account. You can pay for your office copay, prescriptions, whatever, qualified medical expenses, go under your plan. So you got to talk to your plan administrator, whoever's administering your health insurance. That's the person that you need to talk to. Okay. Not HR. Okay. Let's not talk to HR about your health savings account. Okay. They might know it's there, but your plan administrator knows the details. Okay. So, so when we're talking about tax shelters, what we're doing is talking about legally operating within the confines of the tax law to protect your money. Okay. There's plenty of ways to legally not pay taxes than to be worried about some tax evasion foolishness. Okay. Trying to loop it and swoop it and not pay the IRS, because they're going to find you. It is not a matter of if, it's about when. Okay. So, like DMX, okay? DMX is recently, he is charged with tax evasion. Why? Because he built this elaborate scheme to work, to operate mainly in cash and putting accounts in other people's names and paying for stuff through their names and not his. Well, the IRS figured out his elaborate scheme, and now he's in trouble for tax evasion. So there are plenty of legal ways that he could have sheltered that cash if he'd have just talked to and hired the right people. He could have been putting money away, safely and not have to worry about, getting locked up. He can go to jail for 44 years. Okay. We know how the legal system works, and the IRS does not play about their money. All right. So that's what, what I wanted to share with you all today is to talk about tax shelters. Tax shelters are legal strategies to save money on your taxes. You need to. After I get off, I'm going to put a link in the comments to who I recommend for investments and whatnot. Because again, I don't know. I just know they exist, but how they operate, that's somebody else's job. All right. So I'm going to put that in the comments when I get off, but just know that there are plenty of legal ways for you to participate in these tax shelters and save your tax dollars and not just sit around and be mad about how much you got to pay in taxes. Okay. All right. So listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all those who watched and shared. I certainly do appreciate you being here, and I hope you got something valuable from it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, because I do upload these onto my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. All right. Oh, also tonight in the Tax Players Club, I'm having my free webinar on the benefits of having a home business. So if you got somebody that wants to know the tax benefits of having a home business, they need to be in the Tax Players Club. I'll put that link when I'm done too. That they got to be in the Tax Players Club to get access. That's the only place you're going to get it. All right. And that is tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.